Hi, everybody. Welcome. Happy New Year. I'm so glad that you've joined me this morning on this lovely Saturday morning in Denver. So today, I'd like to move us through a sequence that's going to create some reflection. So folding over ourselves in the hopes that we open up like a butterfly and allow ourselves to receive through the heart space. So just kind of so you know a little bit about where we're headed. We're going to take that whole idea that reflection is so important this time of year in order for us to really get clear on intentions. So, just something to think about really as we move through the flow. You probably already have been thinking about the reflection and the intention. This just give you another opportunity to really solidify that in the mind and then create those beautiful manifestations that allow us to move forward with just that clear trajectory. So let's begin in tortoise pose. Here in my space, I will be using a blanket, two blocks, and a strap. Just know that if you don't have these items, you're going to be able to do all the postures. If you have anything that might be similar, feel free to grab those as well. This really is about you and making you comfortable where we're headed. And sometimes you might be a little bit uncomfortable too, but the props really allow us to get deeper. So feel free to grab whatever you've got and then meet me right back here. And we will begin in tortoise pose. So tortoise pose is the soles of your feet that come together to touch. Your knees are going to be nice and wide. Like to walk your feet a little more forward. So you've got a larger triangle here in between the legs. You may want a block to rest gently on top of your feet. And our blocks have three different levels. So this is level 1, level 2, and level 3. So you'll get to play with the positioning of the block depending on where you are in this beginning of class. So walking the feet slightly forward, you're going to take your arms in between the legs. So inside, and then the palms of the hands are going to rest gently on the floor. And so your calves, the outside of your calves are actually going to rest gently towards the elbows. And I'll do a side view as well if this is kind of confusing the first time you've been here. Before you rest down through the head, I want you to sort of lift the cheeks of the booty so that you can get real solid with the sit bones. And then tone in the low belly and get really long through the torso. Take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, you're going to slowly start to fold over, hinging at the hips. Let your head rest last. And then this is where you can decide if you need to lift the block slightly because your third eye is going to rest down. It takes about a minute to really allow yourself to understand what's happening here. Again, if this is confusing, I'm going to go to the side view so that you can see it a little bit better. Removing the flesh is essential so that you can get that connection here to the earth. And then start to rest easy. Start to close the eyes. Let the shoulders and the elbows get heavy. And allow the sides of your neck to find length. Before we create any intentional breathing here, I just want you to notice and to feel what's present. So it is important that we trust the process, right? Whatever that process is. And I think if anything, this last year has shown us that we really don't have a lot of control with so many things that are happening outside, but we do have control in how we react to those situations, and finding a sense of peace and a sense of trust in ourselves allows us to feel that in the universe itself. And so really just trusting in the process. In order for us to move forward, it is important for us to recognize where we've been. But this reflection is a powerful piece, not only in finding gratitude, but in getting real with ourselves. So take this time as you've folded over yourself to reflect in this perhaps past year. It's easy sometimes to think about, maybe the more uncomfortable things or the things that didn't make us super happy. But take the time not only to see that, but to see the growth that has occurred in your own life. Let's start the breath together. So inhale, notice the belly expand. The lungs, the upper chest, you'll also feel it in the back towards the shoulders as well. And then just take the breath, hold it in for just a moment. I'm going to open, audible exhale all the way out. Feel the belly button move back towards the spine. Twice more like that. Inhale, fill up belly, lungs, upper chest, all the way to the crown of the head. Hold it in for just a moment. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Last one, friends. Big breath, biggest breath you've taken all day. Let it expand through the entire body from toes to the top of the head. Hold it in. And slow breath out, simply release. Letting go of any tension that you might still be holding on to. If you feel that you're still quite uncomfortable, you can always walk the feet even more forward. And then we're going to be here for just a full minute of silence and reflection. So keeping the eyes closed, maybe you travel up the gaze to the internal gaze to the third eye and let it rest there. Soften fingertips, soften toes, soften the muscles around the face. Allow the body to be heavy and supported, connected. And when we find stillness, we're able to really see with clarity what's here. What happens when we are slightly uncomfortable? How does the mind respond? How does the body respond? What do we tell ourselves? This really is only temporary. Any ability to be uncomfortable is just temporary. It will always move and always shift. But there's that steadiness that we have from inside, that true, authentic being underneath any disturbance that we feel. Find that. Three big breaths on your own. Take it slow. Be mindful. Match the inhales with the exhales. So good. Press down through the palms. Gently lift up through the torso. Then you're going to take one hand at a time, very slowly. That was a big posture, and take them out from between the legs. Remove the block, and then just crawl up the torso very gently. Take your hands to the outside edges of your thighs and lift your knees toward midline, planting down through the soles of your feet. Take your hands behind you. Your fingertips can point towards your body. And very slowly at first, because we just had a really big opening through the low back, you're going to just shift your knees from left to right. Nothing very big, very, very slow. So we're just starting to engage the core muscles a little bit. So good. Now you can take it a little further if you want to, and perhaps hold it for a full breath on each side. Just getting into gentle twist here. And then once you feel even on both sides, root down through the soles of the feet. As you inhale, lift your hips and find crab pose. So the arms are nice and straight. Make sure the palms are just beneath the wrists that are then beneath the shoulders. And activate the glutes slightly, pull your inner thighs together, and then extend the crown of your head back. 3 big breaths right here. And feel the opening through the shoulders, activation through the deep core. Amazing. Drop the hips down. And then just roll over to tabletop, all fours. Give yourself just a moment of some organic movement. So whether that's rocking your hips from side to side or taking a gentle cat-cow. Notice the side bodies here. So from the hip creases all the way up to the armpits. As you move, feel expansion between the intercostal muscles, the spaces between the ribs. Amazing. Find yourself in a neutral tabletop. So again, we're stacking the joints, wrists beneath the shoulders, activate your core. Inhale, reach your right arm high, and then roll out your wrist. One direction, then the other. Then exhale, thread the needle. Take your arm beneath the body. Extend your left arm forward and keep the hips elevated. Option to turn the toes under or keep them flat. Either way is just fine. 2 big breaths here. Left hand back beneath your shoulder. Inhale, rise, modified side plank. So right leg extends long. Your left toes are curled under. And then take the right arm nice and high. So you've got a little kickstand with your left toes. So good. Inhale, reach the right arm all the way forward. So again, lengthening through the side bodies, rooting down through the right foot. Take a full inhale. As you exhale, hinge at your hips and then all the way forward. You're going to take your right hand to your right ankle, bend your elbows and drop the heart. We'll flow that 2 more times. Inhale all the way forward. Exhale all the way back. So the legs will remain. It's just hinging at the hips and using the arms and the torso. Last one, big breath in, reach forward. Maybe this time you pause and open up the heart nice and wide. And then exhale, grab the ankle, drop the heart. Amazing. Inhale all the way forward. Now this time, pull your right shoulder behind the back, bend your elbow, and lift the gaze. Take a big, full breath in. Then exhale back to neutral tabletop. Shake the booty from side to side. Stacking the joints, inhale your left arm high, roll out your wrists. And exhale, thread the needle, left arm beneath the body, right arm extends forward. Feel the difference in the sides of the body. Hips stay elevated, 2 big breaths. Right hand beneath your shoulder. Inhale, rise up, modified side plank. Create that same kickstand with the right toes this time. And then big breath in all the way forward. You'll hinge at your hips, planting through the left foot. Exhale, reach back and down. Grab the ankle, bend the elbows, drop the heart. So you have a little compression here through the right hip. We'll flow that 2 more times. Inhale all the way forward, slow movement. And exhale, hinge and reach. So good. Breath in all the way forward. Just pause for a moment, slightly open up the heart, and then exhale, reach back and down. almost like you can kiss the mat. Now inhale as you reach forward. This time we'll hold for a minute. Then the elbow, turn the gaze, open the heart. Keep the core slightly engaged as well. You need that strength, allowing you to open up through the torso. Full breath in. Exhale, neutral tabletop, back through center. Inhale, cow pose, drop the belly, lift the crown of the head. And then exhale, cat. Press the mat away, gaze to the navel. Amazing. Walk your palms slightly forward, curl your toes under, downward facing dog. Probably your first downward facing dog of the day, so take a minute here to pedal through your feet. Bending one knee, bending the other. Maybe you gaze up at the hands and spread the fingertips really wide, so you have a nice firm foundation here. And then soft bend to the knees as you lift your tailbone, pressing down to create the lift, like this triangle here through your body. Take a full breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. One more time like that, friends. Big breath in. And even bigger breath out. Gaze forward, slowly travel to the top of your mat. We're going to take another deep forward fold. So walk your feet about hip width distance apart, maybe further if you want. And then bending your knees, let your torso fall heavy over your thighs. I want you to take your hands behind the body. So the right arm is going to come behind the right calf, and the right palm is now going to grab the front of the left shin. And then the left arm is going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So I will show you here, and then I will show you here what that looks like. So grabbing the shins, and then let the head fall. You'll feel your weight move more towards the toe mounds. Give me 3 really big breaths. I want your focus to be more on the exhale, like let the stuff go. Let the tension, the anxiety, the worry, the stress, right? Any old patterns, any beliefs that don't serve you, let it go. That's the only way we can start to create space for anything new that we like to pull in. So take this opportunity with your exhales to really move through the body, emptying yourself out, making room, making space for something new. It's so good. Release the hands. Walk the feet a little closer together if they're further apart. Press down through the feet, and then activate your core. Inhale, slowly you'll rise just to halfway. Tuck your thumbs into your hip creases and lengthen forward with your torso. So the knees can still be bent. The core is really active. I love how many of you have joined me today. This makes me very happy. Happy New Year if you're late arrival. Belly strong. Inhale all the way up through standing. Take your arms toward the sky, Tadasana. Yeah. Just for a moment here, you're going to feel the power of your vertical stance. So rooting down through all 4 corners of your feet. You could even lift your toes and feel the edges of the feet really press into the earth. Let that energy travel up through the legs, toning in the low belly, pull the shoulder blades down the back body. Take a full breath in. Exhale, back bend, just gentle here. So pull the elbows down and lift the heart up. You're going to shift your pubic bone slightly forward and notice how this lengthens also up through the crown of the head. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold. Moving through a gentle Surya Namaskar A. So just real basic here. Inhale, halfway lift. Take your hands to your shins or your thighs and reach long through the torso. Exhale, low lunge, left foot back. So plant the palms and step back. Palms down, high plank, and hold. So stacking palms beneath shoulders. Activate your heels, your thighs, sternum bone forward. Yeah, holding here for 6. We'll lower all the way down to the mat. In 5, 4, soft bend to the elbows, 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way down. Feel free to drop to your knees first if you want to. We'll take Cobra Pose Bhujangasana. Nice and wide though. So fingertips off the mat, point the elbows up, press the tops of your feet down nice and wide to the edges behind you. Activate the glutes. Inhale, peel the heart up, lift through the crown of the head. Give yourself a full breath here before you release down. And then slowly let go. Beautiful. Curl the toes under, plant the palms beneath the shoulders, high plank or tabletop, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step through. Forward fold, feet meet. So good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Tadasana all the way up, reach to the hands. Exhale, back bend. Pull the elbows down, the thumbs reach toward the back wall. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge, right foot back. Palms down, high plank, and hold. Second time here. Spread your fingertips really wide. Take the sternum bone forward, so your gaze is now going to be above your mat as opposed to back, right? So that you're leveling off your hips in line with your shoulders. You've got 8. We'll take it down to the mat in 6. Stay with me nice and strong. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way down. Feel free to drop to your knees. Another set of Cobra Pose. Arms nice and wide. Tops of your feet are pressing down. If you could please mute yourself, whoever has their microphone on. It's hard to hear. Thank you. Rooting down through the pubic bone. Inhale, peel the torso up. Again, stay for a full breath. And exhale, release. Curl your toes under. Inhale, high plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Forward fold, feet meet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Listening for the change here. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. So sealing your heels down. Bending your knees. And lift your arms toward the sky. Everyone's chair pose looks a little different. It's okay if your arms are forward, right? Or your arms are high. We all have different flexibility through the shoulders. Make sure your palms are facing each other, and then pull in the low belly as you drop your booty just a little lower, just like that. I see you guys. Great work. Now here you can lift the toes and really ensure that you're pulling your weight back towards your heels. Amazing. Take a full breath in. Exhale, vertical twist to the right. Open up through the arms. Now notice if your whole body wants to turn, I want you to try to square your hips forward so that we're moving the twist through the thoracic spine. So that's the belly button up. Let that be where the twist comes from. And then soften the shoulders. Find your breath. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, vertical twist to the left. So good. Same thing here. Notice if the knees want to follow the twist. Pull them back to center. Breathe. Inhale, chair pose. We'll flow that. Exhale, vertical twist to the right. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, vertical twist to the left. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, drinking bird. So take the arms back. You can stay here, or you can lift your heels, pull your inner thighs together, and send the tailbone down even lower. Yeah, so you're stretching through the soles of your feet. You're also super engaged through your legs. Now create a little lightness through the heart. Amazing. You've got this. Heels down, inhale, rise up Tadasana. Take it into a back bend. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This time, exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. And you choose if you liked the cobra or if you want to just hold high plank, or if you'd like the full vinyasa, take what you need. And meet me in downward facing dog. Find a soft bend to your knees. Lift the tailbone high. Full breath in. Let it go. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step through. Now, if you have sensitive knees like I do, and you have a blanket, feel free to place that in the center of your mat. And take your left knee down. Now, I will want your left toes curled under for where we're headed in the flow today. Inhale, crescent moon. So arms rise and torso lifts. Make sure that your front foot is forward enough that you have this 90-degree angle here in your right knee, just protecting the knee joint. And then feel the shift all the way forward. You can take your hands to your hips if you want to, and then pull slightly back. I really love this move. It helps us find the full range of the motion, right? It's so easy to go where we want to go, but pull yourself back, right? That's that reflection. That's that piece that we need the full range so that we can settle somewhere in the middle in this steady gaze and steady posture. Reach the arms high. Breathe in. Exhale, deepen the lunge and pull the elbows down. So you're going to find this crescent moon with a back bend. Be really mindful that the core stays strong so that you're not completely dumping into the low back, that your spine is really long. Inhale, crescent moon, lift up. Big movement here. Exhale, crescent lunge with airplane arms. So you're going to lift off your mat and take your arms all the way back. So feel the telescoping of the torso forward. Your left heel is really active, lengthening through the whole body, and you've got this big compression here through the right hip. Breathe as you take your gaze forward. Now the right hand's going to rest on the low back. Inhale, exalted crescent, so left arm rises. Let yourself have a soft bend in your left knee, creating more space for the low back so that you can lift the heart a little bit higher. Take your shoulder blades down the back body. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two, open all the way up. Yeah, so good, everybody. Give yourself some time to shift, to move, to feel it out just a bit. You want a really long stance to support your foundation. And then open up nice and wide through the hands. Take your gaze over your middle finger. Inhale, reverse your warrior. So maintaining your foundation, feel the fluidity here through the torso as you take your gaze towards your right hand, toward the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. If you choose, remember you're connecting vinyasa that serves you today. It can be high plank, it can be cobra, it can be the fullest variation. And then just meet me in downward facing dog. Feel how this can be a resting posture. And then pull up the energy and the strength from the earth to support you. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step through. Right knee down, right toes stay curled under. Inhale, crescent moon. So you'll find that same shifting. Feel free to take your hands to your hips if that felt good. Just forward and back. Settling somewhere in the middle. Inner thighs are scissored together. Arms reach. Take a full breath in. Exhale, take it into a crescent moon with a back bend. So shifting forward, draw the elbows down. Feel the space through the heart. Core's really strong. Make sure you keep that nice and active. You can even squeeze the glutes a little bit. Inhale, crescent moon. Big movement. Exhale, crescent lunge with airplane arms. So lift off, reach back. Right heel pulls forward and torso gets really long. The arms are so strong, like you could touch the wall behind you. Yeah, just like that. Breathe. Really trust in the process of not only this flow, right, of everything else in your life. It's like we always have to trust what's happening. Left hand to the low back. It's our intuition that guides us. Inhale, exalted crescent, right arm high. Soft bend to your right knee. Take the gaze up to the sky. Make sure your shoulders aren't pulling up towards your ears, that they're instead just falling down the back body. Take a full breath in. Exhale, warrior two. Open up, shift, move, dance, feel it out, whatever you've got to do. And then arms are nice and wide. Take your gaze over your left middle finger. Feel the strength here, not only from your foundation, but from your reach forward and back. Inhale, reverse your warrior, maintaining your lunge. Feel the breath move through the whole body. Inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, your way. Add a little plank. Now we'll flow that one breath to movement, that whole series. Meet me in downward facing dog. Gaze forward, forward fold, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, vertical twist to the right. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, vertical twist to the left. Inhale, chair pose. Right into it. Exhale, drinking bird. Lift your heels, take your arms back and drop the booty in the torso. Yes. Holding here for 3. You'll rise up to Tadasana with a back bend in 2 and 1. Heels down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back bend. Yeah. Inhale, reach. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, create length. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Or simply take yourself into downward facing dog. No rules here. This is your practice, so take exactly what you need. Nothing more, nothing less. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Left knee down. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, back bend. So deepen the lunge, lift the heart. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, crescent lunge, airplane arms, lift off, reach back. Right hand to the low back. Inhale, exalted crescent, left arm rises. Nice and smooth, everyone. Exhale, warrior two, open up. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Downward facing dog. Last side. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Right knee down. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, deep in the crescent moon. Take the heart opening. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, crescent lunge, airplane arms. So strong in that lift off. It takes a lot of strength. Left hand to the low back. Inhale, exalted crescent, right arm rises. And exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Downward facing dog. Everybody shift forward to high plank, right? We've been here already. So use that muscle memory and build on top of it. So good. Now we took modified side plank in the beginning on our knee. Know that that's always an option. If you'd like full side plank, start to shift your heels to the left, right arm high. Activate your toes and use your obliques to lift your hips. Soft bend to the left elbow. You've got this. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Take a full breath in. Exhale, high plank. Set yourself up a nice strong high plank first before we move to the other side. And then shift your heels to the right. Left arm rises. Yeah. Woo. Here we go. Lift your hips. You got it. Reach to the top of the head. Take a full breath in. And high plank. So good. Child's pose, everyone. Knees are down, nice and wide, big toes to touch. Rest the third eye to the mat. Calm breath, calm body, calm mind. Give yourself a moment to rest and to really connect back in. It's really easy for us to have problems or troubles in our life and to like not want to reflect on them, to want to just move more forward. But when we take the time to create reflection, we get to see how we reacted to those challenges. We get to see how strong innately we really are. And then we can start to trust that strength to take us through whatever comes our way. And that's the biggest importance to reflection, is recognizing how we dealt with what showed up, no matter what it was. Full breath in, take it to the back of the heart. And big breath out, soften the front of the heart down. Beautiful. Inhale, press up tabletop. And exhale, downward facing dog. Gaze forward, just travel to the top of your mat. Feet are hip width distance apart. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Been here before. I know it's your favorite posture. I can see it. I can see that it's your favorite posture. And then drop the tailbone down. Okay, I want your weight to move back towards your heels. So if you have to lift your toes to make sure that happens, please do so. Pull your palms together at your heart space. Press your thumbs into your sternum. Drop the tailbone even more. So you want to hollow out the belly because we're going to hinge forward over the hips, and we'll take a twist because we're moving into prayer twist on the right, moving the twist from the thoracic spine. So imagine the belly button up is where the twist is coming from. So tailbone down, breathe in. Exhale, prayer twist to the right. So left elbow can either come between the thighs or to the outside of the right thigh. Lift your right elbow up and then pull your heart closer to your thumbs. Lengthen through the sides of the neck. Yes, I know it's a big compression, but stay with your breath. And soften with your exhales. All right, start to shift all your weight to your right foot. Okay, tone your belly. This is going to help you. And then lift your left heel towards your glute. Yes, you can. Exhale, revolved crescent lunge. Step your left toe mound back. Strengthen and lengthen through your left leg, allowing you to twist deeper through the heart space. Breathe. Beautiful. Pressing down through the feet. Take a full breath in. Exhale, soften the left knee down. Inhale, crescent moon, arms lift up. Feel free to use your blanket if you need to. Whew. Give yourself a little rest after all that compression. Then exhale, half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. Feel free to use your blocks. So you'll straighten your right leg rather, and flex your right toes towards your shin. Pull your right leg deep into your hip socket so you're leveling off your hips. My blocks are at a number 3 setting, so nice and high. Bending your elbows, just let the heart fall towards your thigh. Close your eyes and breathe. If it feels good, you can floss the hip socket by just rotating the right toes from left to right. I know sometimes it feels good, sometimes it doesn't, so you can try it on. But again, scoop out the low belly and feel when you do this how long you get through the torso and softer through the shoulders. Start to crawl forward to low lunge. Inhale, warrior 2. Spin your back heel down, open all the way up. Exhale, extend to the side angle. We actually haven't been here before, not today. Press your outer forearm into your inner right thigh. And then take your left arm all the way forward. Deepen into your lunge. Press down through the feet. Inhale, star pose all the way up. Toes are out, heels are in. This is your big expression. So it's like you're honoring everything that you are, everything that's behind you, everything that's forward. Feel that energy. Full breath. Exhale, Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. So now turn the toes forward and hinging through the hips. Drop the head. Any arm variation that calls to you, you're welcome to find a chest expansion. You're welcome to grab the ankles or feet. You can also bend your knees and place your palms forward so you get more of a side body stretch here. Focusing more on the exhales to facilitate this deep surrender. Your hands beneath the shoulders, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge to the front. Palms down, inhale, right leg high. Now bend your right knee, open up the hip. Bend your left knee and then feel the strength of your core. Press down through both palms. You're welcome to stay right here in this big hip opener, or you can very slowly and mindfully move into wild thing. So the left leg is straight, the right knee is bent with the foot pressing down to the mat. Then you reach all the way back, the heart is high. Full breath in. Exhale just as slowly, you're gonna move back to downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Gaze forward, and then travel to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Utkatasana. We'll take the other side. You guys are rocking it. Stay with me. We're almost there. I promise the surrender will be so sweet. So big bend in the knees, tailbone heavy. Palms move to your heart space. And then take it slowly. I know you know where we're headed, but I want you to move really slowly. So you're hinging at your hips, and then you take the twist through the torso, either right elbow between the thighs or to the outside of the left thigh. And then move the heart closer toward the thumbs, get long through the neck, soft through the shoulders. You got it. All the things to remember. Weights to the heels. Breathe. Beautiful. Start to take your weight to your left foot. So this is going to take some core engagement and some intention here. Now draw your right heel to your glute. Exhale, revolved crescent lunge. Slowly step back and then power up your right heel to get extra long. And so this extra length allows you to twist deeper, rinsing all the old patterns, the stale beliefs, everything that didn't serve you last year. Just rinse it all out. Amazing. Full breath in. Exhale, right knee down. Inhale, crescent moon. Feel the length. Really breathe in the length of the torso. Exhale, half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. Use your blocks if you want to. Left leg straight, left toes are flexed. Again, hollow out the belly before you ever release the torso forward. Breathe. No need to have the eyes open. The eyes closed, we can focus the internal gaze, the feeling, sensations, the witnessing. And then if you liked that flossing of the hip joint, feel free to do that here. Crawling forward, find low lunge. Inhale, warrior two, back foot spins down. Exhale, extended side angle. So take time to really be here. Press actively in the outer forearm to the inner shin or the inner knee, and then take the right arm all the way forward. Deepen your lunge. In a sense, this is like a heart twist through the shoulder space. So just like we did in the start of class where we bent the elbow, you can even do that here as you start to rotate the gaze and the heart more towards the sky. Press through the feet. Inhale, rise up, star pose. Exhale, Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. Again, if you want to shift to a different arm variation, feel free to do so. Down through the palms, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge to the front of the mat. Hands press. Inhale, left leg high, three-legged dog. Now bend your left knee, open up your hip. Bend your right knee, keep the core strong. Feel free to stay right here. You're doing a lot of work opening up the hip. If you can move through slowly and mindfully, take it into wild thing. So the right leg is now straight, left knee bent, heart high. Breathe. Yeah, squeeze the glutes. This is gonna lift your hips. Full breath in. Very slowly back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, half pigeon, right knee, right wrist crease. All right, we hit surrender. Well done, everyone. Stay lifted for just a minute. Make sure your left leg is straight and long. If this doesn't serve you for whatever reason, please know that you can find supine figure 4 on your back. Feel free to remain lifted if that's calling to you today, or you can come forward to sleeping pigeon using any props. I personally like a block beneath my sternum and a block beneath my third eye, but take what you need. Just as long as you come to a space where you can surrender fully, allowing the gravity and earth to support you. Close your eyes. Slow down the breath. Let the toes and the fingertips be soft. 3 full breaths, friends. Don't skimp on the breathing. So take this opportunity to completely and entirely full body breathe. So your body is participating in the entire breath. Great. Press down through the palms, lift up through the torso. Now shift your hips to the right and take your left leg forward. So we move into Janu Shirshasana, separate leg stretch. So the inner right sole of your foot is pressing into the inner left thigh. Inhale, arms reach nice and high. Rotate towards the left leg and then exhale, slowly release. I personally like a block underneath my left knee, but get really long through the torso before you let the head fall. Let the shoulders, the elbows get really heavy. It's so good. Press down through the palms. Inhale, lift all the way up. Take the legs forward. We'll move into reverse plank. So very similar to what we did through crab, only the legs are straight. Left hand, or hands, not just left hand, both hands behind you, fingertips point towards the body. Remember, the palms should stay beneath the shoulders. Point your toes, activate your legs. Inhale, lift your hips and straighten your arms. Just 2 breaths. And then release down. If you'd like to get yourself into downward facing dog and move into half pigeon that way, you feel free to do so. Or you can simply bend your left leg and come into half pigeon this way. Make sure the right leg is nice and straight. Lift up through the torso. And again, the sides of our body are very different, so it's going to feel different on each side. Feel free to remain or crawl forward for sleeping pigeon. Maybe your props look different. How can we honor where the body is? Simply by listening. Closing your eyes. Let the breath move freely. Three full breaths. Take it slow and deep. Press down to the hands. Lift up the torso. Shift your hips to your left. Take the right leg around forward for Janu Shirshasana. Inhale, lift up, and then rotate towards the right leg. Again, let the head fall last, so you're hinging at your hips, and then you fold forward. Length through the torso. Use your blocks if you need to. If you have any residual tension in the feet or the hands, consciously let that go. Press down through the hands. Slowly crawl the torso back up. Take the legs forward. One more set of reverse plank. Point your toes, hands behind you. Inhale, lift all the way up. 2 breaths. Core strong. So good. Drop down. Okay, we'll set up to our final resting posture. If you want Shavasana and you don't want to set up in a supported butterfly pose, please know that you can take whatever you need. You're going to need your 2 blocks. So one block is going to be at a level 2. Rather, at level 2 or level 1. You might have to switch it. Maybe I'll start at a level 1. The second block is going to be at a level 2. It'll be about 8 inches in front of that. It's going to come along your spine between your shoulder blades. Now, if you have a strap and you'd like to set your legs up, feel free to grab your strap. You need a really big loop. So one end's going to go through both and then back around through one. If you don't have a strap, it's okay. You can also take a blanket and wrap it around your ankles. This is going to support the thighs. So you'll roll up your blanket like this. And friends, please know that I'm not going to call you out. I will let you hang out here and you can stay here as long as you need to. I will just say namaste and end class. So if you want the blanket, then you take the blanket over the top of the ankle and you wrap it underneath. This is just going to give you support for the inner thigh. So just know that's another option if you don't have a strap. If you do have a strap, make a really big loop like this. Take it to the low back. And then pull the soles of your feet together. So like we started class with that Supta Baddha Konasana almost. And then you're going to start to tighten the strap. Okay, you want the strap forward so that you can loosen it and tighten it when the time comes. So pulling your heels closer to you instead of further away. And make sure the strap is at the low back, so really low there. Great. So this does take a little finagling, but I promise once you get in it, it feels so good. So then you'll start to slowly lay back. That first block is going to be along the spine between the shoulder blades. Yes. And then here you can decide if you want the block beneath the head at the lowest setting or if you want to move it up to level 2, you get to choose. Arm variations can be goal posted, extended along the sides, or you can interlace your fingers and rest your palms gently on the belly. This entire posture, Supta Baddha Konasana, can be done without any props at all. So feel free to take any variation of this that's accessible to you in your body and at your home. Once you start to get settled, take a full breath in. And as you exhale, simply release completely and entirely into exactly as you are in this moment. In my opinion, this is the most vulnerable posture that we can put ourselves in. In this vulnerability, we are open to receive. In this vulnerability, we feel full trust in the universe. And whatever plan is there for us. Allow yourself to embrace completely this vulnerability within you and to trust the process that unfolds as it needs to. Muscles in the jaw are soft. Take your internal gaze up to the third eye and let it just rest there. If you have an intention you would love to set, now is a great time to repeat that to yourself in your mind. Allow it to be clear and concise. Vulnerability is essential for our transformation. I would love to leave you with a quote by Mandy Hale. She says, "Trust the wait, embrace the uncertainty, enjoy the beauty of becoming. When nothing is certain, anything is possible." Friends, it was a true honor to guide you today. I wish you all a happy new year. Thank you so much for joining me. Please stay here in this restorative posture as long as you need, soaking up anything that's given to you. Until next time, be well.